Okay, yeah. I know this video is like 30 minutes long, and I don't expect you to watch all of it, but you can if you want. But I just want to let you know that I will be providing timestamps down in the description of everything that happens in the video, so you can just skip around if you want. Also, first like 8 minutes or so are like my actual college reactions, and then the last like 20 or so minutes is a presentation I did for my family, just like on the research I did on the schools and where I want to go. Um, you also might be thinking, when are you gonna shave? I don't know, maybe later, quarantine days. So yeah, hope you enjoy the video. Oh. Woo! Woo! Woo!
What?
Oh, sorry. Oh. Alright, I'll tell you after. Yeah! I gone to Berkeley! Yeah!
Oh my gosh! Oh! Oh my gosh! We have a little cow there.
Yeah! 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 Bruh. Bruh. What? Wait, what? Oh. Ooh. We got to Irvine!
Oh, congratulations!
I didn't know that was coming after this.
I didn't
Wow.
Nope. NANI?
What?
Nope. お前はもう死んでいる。Nope.
Oh. Yeah!
You got in?
Yeah!
Yeah?
Yeah! Dad! Dad! Santa Barbara!
What's next?
LA?
San Diego's last?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I don't want to check.
You got the Regents email, like, it's due Monday, so like I'm pretty sure.
I know, but the thing is, I was like, I've been working on it. I was like, dude, if I don't get it in, then like I've been wasting my time. So I was like, I'll hold it off for now.
No, I was feeling it.
Oh shoot. Do you know your application ID? What the heck? Oh, okay. City of birth? Jeez. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Ah! Yeah! Oh, dude, I'm gonna cry. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh. Wait, let me read this. Okay, I get it again.
Does it say anything else? Does it like anything like?
What? Oh, you couldn't see me. Fudge. Dude. It says, congratulations. Fudge, dude. I need to call Minsa. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah! Yeah! Let's go! Woo! Oh! Okay.
Knows the risks. Nationwide, over a dozen grocery store workers have died of coronavirus.
By her actions, she made other people do the same thing. Good behavior is contagious.
Hand sanitizer.
All of it sparked by Sarah's note. Have you ever felt it more in the community than you are right now?
This has totally bolstered my sense of and definition of community here. It's been an honor.
Some of the neighborly spirit that will guide us through this. Up next, wait until you hear what arrived in the mail and where it came from.
In these uncertain times, look after yourself, your family, your friends. But know when it comes to your finances, we are here for you.
Bruh.
Our JP Morgan advisors are working from home to help guide you through this. For more than 200 years, we've helped our clients navigate historic challenges, and we will get through this together.
I gone to San Diego. Yeah! I know. It is too late. I gotta apply to Biola.
Were you recording our reactions?
Yeah, I need to record this. So you guys remember this.
Okay. All right.
Alright. pretty much research according to Dad. Let's see how this goes. Alright, these are the colleges I got into, and obviously before I go into comparison, I'll give some quick special honors or special mentions. So first, Santa Barbara and San Diego. Housing my brothers, unfortunately, not for me. Okay.
What?
Irvine.
You already eliminated us?
Wait, I don't.
Can I do the research on it?
Yeah, I did do research on it.
Where are the numbers on it?
Yeah,
Show me the slide.
Hey, shush, let him get things.
I'm done. I'm leaving.
Irvine, thank you for putting me on wait list when I got out senior year, but you didn't want me then, so sorry. And San Jose, I've been with you for a while. Thank you. Anyways, yeah, okay. So LA versus Berkeley. So Dad wanted me to do some research to make sure I know what I want. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, so first we'll just go over overall rankings. So according to different sources, overall LA's like technically ranked higher. So they're number one public
Overall,
school.
not
Yeah,
just
overall,
major.
overall,
Yeah,
LA's usually higher, and then the best value they put Irvine at number 3, which I thought was kind of weird. So I'm not gonna count that one.
But Dad loves value.
Oh, then yeah.
Public school wise, number 1, number 2, huh?
Yeah, so these are just numbers, but overall, most of them say that LA is just like overall a better school than Berkeley. But obviously for CS it's different because for CS Berkeley is like top 3, like MIT, Stanford, and Berkeley are like usually top 3. So US News are tied number 1 with like they're tied number 1 with like 4 different schools, like MIT, Carnegie Mellon, Stanford, and Berkeley.
Santa Barbara.
That's right.
San Diego is ranked higher than Santa Barbara.
Basically, huh?
Yeah, and then for CS, LA isn't as high, but still like pretty like relatively high. And then I don't know, I was like researching like how they figure out like what makes it so good, and I guess they say like mostly it's like based on the professors and also the graduate programs and research. So I guess like the top professors will obviously want to go to a better school. So doesn't necessarily mean they're a better teacher. Sometimes they just want to do a lot of research, so they have to teach anyways. But also like prestige. So that's that. Here's more rankings, like a lot of words, but I think Dad would want to see the numbers, so you can see the average salary. But I don't know how accurate this is. Yeah, financial numbers, I don't know.
All the information from Berkeley graduate and then what their starting salaries and what the mid.
Look at the graduation. Oh.
Okay, yeah. Anyways,
Yeah, that's what it is.
but according to each school, I watched videos from each. From a survey for Berkeley, they had this as their like from last year, but this is only people who like reported it, which is probably like 20% of like graduates. So the lower was like 108 starting salary, 116 middle, and then 126 upper. And then for LA, they didn't have this, but there's just some video. He's like, oh, obviously you get a FANG, then it's gonna be like 145 plus. So I was like, okay, well,
What's FANG?
like Facebook, Amazon,
yeah,
Netflix,
I see.
Google.
Okay.
So it's like the top companies. So I guess it just depends on where you
should
get in.
ask your friend.
Okay. But anyways,
No, a Methodist friend I'm talking.
just a quick vibe check. LA is very vibey. Berkeley is vibe free. So just wanted to say that.
Okay.
Also, just want to point out, LA was my June school and Berkeley was Dad's. Just
Stay on this slide.
That's
Or
funny.
you can just soak it in. Dad, look at this
yeah.
slide.
This is just
Okay, that's a good one. So
just,
what's more
just a
important
quick
here?
break.
What's more important?
A quick break from all the numbers.
I don't know. It's like okay.
Okay.
Let me take a picture of this.
Website design. Okay, this doesn't really matter, but I just want to say Berkeley's website's really nice, and LA's was really annoying. Like when I had to check my application, I had to check my UC application ID, and that was really annoying. But it doesn't really matter. I just wanted to point that out. So essay graduate time. So I was looking at the classes that you probably have to take, and both around like 2.5 years. So Berkeley's like 2 years and then 1 semester, and then LA, it depends on like which classes go through. But it could be like 1 quarter or maybe 2 more quarters.
Class of 2023.
Yeah, I know. So,
Yeah.
That's funny.
but yeah, so that's excellent graduate time. And also just want to talk about the courses. So for EECS, obviously it's electrical engineering and computer science, so I'd have to take, I think, a minimum of 2 electrical engineering courses, and the rest could just be CS. They say graduate courses are normal to take, and obviously like Berkeley is pretty prestigious, so a lot of people will complain like, oh, it's a little harder, but obviously you will learn a lot. I was looking through like the classes they have, and I think compared to LA, it's like a little bit wider variety. They have like certain like special courses like offered during certain times. It depends. I don't really know how they like figure it out, but I just saw them. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, and then there's this most introductory CS courses are taught by the TAs because there's like so many people, and then whereas for LA, I read that all engineering courses are taught by faculty. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what someone said. And for LA, obviously I am a CS major, but one of the major requirements is also to take engineering courses outside of just CS major. So obviously it could be like electrical engineering or computer engineering. Depends on what. So I thought that was kind of cool. Talk about blah, 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 labs and stuff. And then, okay, I don't know how true this is. 2 out of 3 undergrad classes have 30 or fewer students. I don't know if that applies to CS because CS is pretty popular, but that's what one of the guys said. But yeah. And in terms of this is like the guide of like what my schedule would look like. So this is for LA.
LA is what, the top one?
No, this is the whole thing for LA. So it depends on like what classes will be fulfilled by the time I get there. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This is just for you to see. And then for Berkeley,
What is this information?
Berkeley. I did my research.
There you go. Good job.
It doesn't really matter, but it's just like maybe you just want to see it. So anyways, I calculated the number of classes. So for LA, since it's quarter 2, I need 18 CS courses, which includes 2 math courses, whereas Berkeley is just 11, and 2 of them are electrical engineering. So obviously, especially since it's a quarter system, we will be taking more CS courses, and then there's also like other like GE stuff or like an ethics course for Berkeley. Whereas for LA, like I said, like the 3 non-CS engineering courses, and then 3 other just CS courses, and then GE stuff. So yeah, I think I will take more classes at LA. And then class size, can't really find info for LA.
But when you say the other Berkeley, the introductory CS class is taught by the TA.
Yeah.
But you are like an upper division class. So
No, at Berkeley, I will have to take all the lower division Gs, or the lower division.
Computer science.
Yeah, all I have to retake everything.
Retake those.
Yeah.
Whereas LA you don't have to.
LA, I don't think so. It depends. I have to figure that out during orientation if I go there. So there's that. Class size could be 30 to 100. Berkeley obviously will also be pretty big, but as you go to upper divs, like classes will be smaller, or discussion classes. And then apparently for Berkeley, like the first 2 CS courses like have up to like 1,500 students, which I thought was pretty crazy. So there's like a lot of students because it's really popular. But obviously, I don't know if that really matters too much. It could, but it couldn't. Depends on person how you like handle that. Pacing, like I said, quarter system versus semester. Berkeley, it would be like 3 to 4 classes per semester, and then LA's 3 to 4 classes per quarter. So like, I think LA will be a little bit more faster paced and more classes to take, whereas Berkeley, I think in general would be like harder classes, but like not as many. But I don't really know. So there's that. There's a location, just area. So LA is like near downtown LA, Koreatown. I can't really go home if I want to because it's down there. Sports and clubs, yeah, I don't know what that means. Bay Area rep, so basically I would probably be repping the Bay Area teams because I'm in LA. I visited, it's a pretty nice college town area, but I didn't really get a tour, so I can't really say. And it's close to like Beverly Hills and like Hollywood, so it's like a really nice area. Berkeley is near SF and also Silicon Valley. Can go home if I want to. Oh, sports and club. Oh, it's just like extracurriculars I could do. Okay. I will be with other fellow Bay Areans. I don't know if that matters. There's a lot of hobos in Berkeley, and a lot of people who smoke just like out there, and it's kind of scary sometimes. But yeah, okay. Transportation, driving there 46 hours for LA, 2-hour drive for Berkeley. A lot of traffic in LA, not that much in Berkeley. Metro environment. I don't know, dude. Okay, food in LA. LA has number one food, college food.
Berkeley, no.
Berkeley, I heard it's really bad, and also just the area is like, it's alright. But LA's, Koreatown, and just LA in general, there's so much stuff, so I thought that was pretty cool and important. Chance to get a girlfriend. This is after calculating it. 96% at LA. And I know it's really important for me to get a girlfriend, Dad, so you might want to consider that. Berkeley's not as high.
You already have one, you just choose not to pursue.
Okay.
So you have 100%, either way.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Culture, I looked into it. Berkeley, people might say it's like kind of cutthroat and a lot of studying, like the vibes there, so it's like not as chill. And like some people will say like, oh, it's like culture like slacking off or like skipping classes. Like I know my friends do that, so that's kind of like iffy. And my friend also said people will keep in general, but like if you want to work with LEs, you probably can. But obviously it's like a lot of studying. Like I think that's kind of like the vibe that you might get if you go there. And also it's super liberal, so yeah. But for LA, I think it's like a little more sociable and like a little less like intense. So like a lot of people really like the environment, it's like more chill, and like a lot of people emphasize like how collaborative it is, like how you like work with other people, like people want like help each other out, like there's clubs and all that. So it's like there still is a good amount of studying, but like not as much, and like still a little bit more chill. And I think one thing LA emphasizes is that they have their own transfer center. I don't really know what that means, but I guess transfer students are welcome pretty well. So internship, I know this is important, Dad, job internship. So both of them will have a lot of job fairs and stuff like that. I think for EECS, apparently there's like a specific one for like EECS people, but I think like overall like both of them will have a lot. In terms of the graduating, like looking at the degree, both of them are really still really good. Someone says like, oh, like there really is no difference. Like obviously like maybe EECS like a little bit more prestigious, but obviously like once you graduate, they still look at like, oh, they're both really good, so it doesn't really matter like that much. I know like LA talks about how like there's a lot of clubs and resources, so if you want to like practice interviews, workshops, but I'm sure Berkeley has that too. And then I think for EECS specifically, they also have like extra panels and talks and research stuff for like those students, because it's like a more like elite or whatever club. And also a lot of people emphasize like the big startup culture there, like a lot of people make startups there. Whereas for LA, they also do have a lot of like startups, and they have something called like a summer accelerator. So like I guess if you like go to that, you can get help to like start up or your own company or whatever idea you have with others. In terms of like research, they're both pretty big on research. Okay. Okay, yeah. So both of them have like, if you're the top 33%, top third of the class, like Chloe was saying, like you do get in this honor society, and you do kind of have priority for certain things. And like, I think one thing that's really cool is like they have like a resume book. So like, if you're in the top third, then you can put your resume in there, and then like these top recruiters will ask for that book of like the resumes for the people in that thing. So obviously like you probably want to be in the top third. But I don't know how hard it is to get there. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah.
It's not that hard.
Yeah. And then
And
clubs.
what's the other one that LA? What's to say about the left side? Part-time. What is that? Summer and then part-time interns popular?
Yeah.
Seems equal Berkeley. So the internship and opportunities were almost equivalent, huh?
Yeah, they're both pretty like well known because they both have a lot of fair job fairs and like pretty equal. Clubs. Lewis told me about those two, and there's also KCM. But like I didn't really look into Berkeley because obviously I'm pretty sure they're both gonna have like a good amount of clubs you can look into to like help you out with stuff. Sports. LA's good at sports. Berkeley kind of sucks, and I'm really excited. I'd be really excited to watch LA sports. That'd be pretty cool. Tuition, Harmony is wrong. LA is cheaper.
It's wrong.
Yeah, so this is their estimated. So this is like on my account, but this is like off of online. So like the base tuition is 13,000 whatever, and then this is 14,000. And like I said, I got possible regions. Probably didn't get it, but if I did, then it'd be $2,000 per year, so it's not bad. And you obviously apply for scholarships if you want. So yeah, grand total for Berkeley is like 37, and then for LA it's 35. People's thoughts online. So a lot of people talk about, like, I just want to get like people's opinions on the schools. So obviously, EECS is really renowned because it's like the CS department at Berkeley is already top 3, and EECS is even harder. So it's, I guess, like Ivy level. Probably won't have trouble finding a job because of that. There are challenging classes, but also rewarding, and you pretty easily find a job or internship probably. And yeah, like you're working with the smartest people. Like obviously the people there are like really smart, so could be intimidating, but could also be a good like experience to learn from others. For LA, people really like the environment, just like the area, because like a nice campus, still pretty respected for CS, and still challenging. You still learn a lot. And also it is still pretty easy to find a job or internship because there's all the resources and like the degree, and you're likely to be happy if you go there. So yeah, I also asked my friends what they thought, and these are what they thought. Someone said I would probably choose LA. Someone said pure academics, EECS is probably better, but if you want a more chill and social environment, then LA is your way to go. This one says no wrong choices, both are be people you vibe with, but also just like both good schools. Just do what you want. EECS is probably a better program, but both get you to places. Come to Berkeley with me, and in my opinion, yeah. Yeah, it's that.
That's funny.
And then, in my opinion, I don't see much difference between them in education. I don't think that make much of a difference, so just go to LA. Okay. The things to consider. These are the things I was thinking about as I was researching. Both are good schools, and if you compare them to San Jose State, they're both better. Obviously, either way I go, it will be like a upgrade. College place to get education, but also you want to be happy where you go. So obviously, like I think you probably do better, you're happier, and then starting salary a good comparison factor? Question mark? I don't know. If I go to Berkeley,
yeah, sure.
No, it's not.
If I go to Berkeley, will I ever leave the Bay Area? That was like a big question because Silicon Valley, I feel like I'd probably be here. And if I go to LA, will I stay in SoCal or will I come back up? I don't know. We'll skip that one. Where will I get a better college experience? Honestly, I spent half of it at home, and it kind of sucks staying at home. Although it is kind of nice, but kind of want to get out of there, so it'd be nice to get out. And where will I grow the most in terms of like knowledge, faith, personality, maybe height. So those are things that I was considering. Oh, did you know? Only Dad, Grandma, and Aunt Gloria, according to Grandma, have voiced their opinion to choose Berkeley.
Your mom? Mom too?
Yeah.
Why should say Berkeley?
Because it has a better EE program.
EE?
Or
Yes.
CS program. Sorry.
Crazy. Okay. And then finally, this is my thought process as I was doing all this. So originally, LA was top choice because my dream school, and Berkeley's where Dad wanted me to go. But after researching, I found UC Berkeley's program is like really good, and LA, I think just like the vibes and environment is just really nice and more appealing compared to Berkeley at least. And then after more research, I was like, okay, if I go to UC Berkeley, like obviously I'll still have a good experience because there's still a lot of things to do and like people I would know. And then as for like the education at LA, the CS program's still really good, so it'd be like, I don't know, they both like kind of like evened out. It's like, oh okay, like either way, honestly it's still pretty good. And then thinking more, I was talking with Mom, like either way, just whatever one I go to, I'll be a little sad if I don't go to other. Like if I go to LA, like oh my education might be a little better at Berkeley. If I go to Berkeley, I think I might have had like a better experience college at LA. So I guess it kind of comes down to like what aspect of college I want more, like what really matters. And so I was thinking more, while college is a place to get your education and also to get your job, it's also time for new experiences, making friends, and thriving. And just wanted to point out that Mom chose Davis over Berkeley as an engineer, and I think that's crazy.
Why? Yeah, she had to wait another quarter to get in.
No, another semester. I was allowed to enter second.
Because God was like, no.
Why?
I don't know, it's crazy.
That's the program that they had back then.
What's
So.
impacted that?
Yeah. But anyways, go on.
Anyways, I think I'd probably do better where I'm happier, and my success, I think it depends on my efforts, not like so much on like the degree I get. So obviously, because both are still really good schools, And so,
I'll take it.
whoa.
Oh, you're breaking
Sit
it
down.
Fine, I'll wear it. Whatever.
So, I think the college my heart belongs to
San Jose State.
Oh.
San Jose State. Okay, just kidding.
Just you.
UCLA.
He's not going to college.
Okay, UCLA.
Put your back on.
Put the label back on.
This
That's
is a
right.
precursor.
1, 2, 3.
Yay.
Yeah, best of luck to you. That's right. Like, college life is important too.
Good.
But I hope you have a good experience down there.
Yeah. Because I think
I'll get a girlfriend.
Well,
it's
we're
not
not gonna have
just
time to study.
education.
Who needs
What do you mean when you got time to study? I'm just Santa Barbara.
He had all this time here. He didn't have one. I thought now is a good time to have a girlfriend. It's true not to. Later on, it's like when he's gonna be really busy, and it's like, oh, I don't have time. And they're gonna be like,
It's literally not
That's
gonna
what
matter.
okay,
When
don't
you
learn
grad-
time
you're gonna get a
management.
job wherever college you go to, just wherever you enjoy.
Thank you.
You gotta
Okay, you made it this far. Congratulations. If you skipped to this part, still thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to give some quick shout outs. First to God, thank God all this happened. You know, who would have thought that I would be going to UC after, you know, a crazy 2 years or so. So, you know, couldn't have done it without him. Also, thank you to my parents and family for just being supportive, and for friends for voicing their opinions and helping me out. Thank you, iMovie, for being pretty solid, and DaVinci Resolve for, you know, destroying my work twice, and I didn't save it, so I had to redo it, but, you know, that's cool. But, yeah, hope everyone stays safe during this time. Hope you enjoyed the video. If not, I don't really care. I just did it for the memories. So, yeah, I'll see you around.